Welcome. The question here is, what do people think of this image? What do people think of this picture? Any words? What? Photoshop. Let's just assume it's a real picture. Everyone says that. Let's assume it's a real picture. Do people agree this is an amazing picture? It's a mediocre picture? Tremendous? Tremendous, like out of control, like something you've never seen before. For me, this is a picture by a guy called Max Rive. You can look at his stuff at maxrive.com. Out of all the millions and millions of pictures that I see, I think this is one of the most spectacular images I've ever seen. So the question is, what makes this such a spectacular image? Everyone agrees the word spectacular goes with this picture, yeah? So what makes this a spectacular image? Why is this image spectacular? And other pictures we could look at would go like, you know, okay, it's nice. Or,
And the shade.
Shades?
When it captures sun.
Okay.
Lighting.
Lighting. What else? Colors. The colors were amazing.
It's very clear.
Clear. It's like sharp. Okay, so look, let's identify. I've identified 10 different things that make this picture amazing. The first aspect of an image that we're going to discuss is what's called composition. Okay, composition is what we call the underlying geometric structure. That basically means, in short, the shapes and lines that underlie the image. So let's just look. Let's have a quick look here. I'm going to show you 6 images. Okay, and tell me, what is the common denominator of all these pictures? What do these pictures all have in common? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you see what's the common denominator?
They all form the same shape.
They all form the same shape, exactly. Look, we'll see now, 1 second. They all have the same underlying geometric structure. Okay? So we have 6 completely different images. A bride, kids, candelabras, and we can see that it's the same underlying geometric structure. Let's see here. Does everyone see what the underlying geometric structure is here? The lines and shapes? What shape is the most predominant shape in this image? A circle. So what we do, the way to see, really to see through the outer trappings of the image and to get into actually understanding the shapes and the lines, is if we can blur our eyes. Eventually you won't have to do this, but if we can blur our eyes, we'll be able to see, without getting caught up in the image, we'll be able to see that that circle is there. Okay? So what's the underlying geometric structure in this image? What shape? What are the 3 primary shapes?
Circle, square, and triangle.
Circle, square, and triangle. What shape jumps out at you from this image? A triangle. Okay? So again, if we blur our eyes, we can then start seeing just very clearly triangle. What shape here?
Triangle.
So very quickly, again, yeah, most images you'll find triangles are the most predominant, whether it's a trapezium or a triangle. You could say that this is one line here, or comes out like this. Doesn't really make such a difference. Okay? The question is, what's the shape that underlies the image? Okay? And this shape that underlies the image is the most fundamental level of beauty in a picture. The first place where the beauty of the image begins is in the underlying geometric structure, otherwise known as the composition. Look at this picture. Do we see how similar these images actually are? They have the same underlying geometric structure. Completely different images. And look at this picture next to this picture. The same underlying geometric structure. And this image, this is quite amazing. What would you see? What do you see here as the underlying geometric structure? Triangle. You can see coming out like this, coming out like this, coming out like this, coming out like this. We also have like a circle over here. What does that look like to you? If we were to take away the actual image?
Sunset.
A sunset. Watch this. The same beauty that is held within this picture on the most basic level is the same beauty that when you look at a sunset with the rays of sun coming out, it's the same beauty as with the held in there. This image and this image at first glance look like they have nothing in common, but once we understand this idea of the underlying geometric structure, we can see that they're actually very, very similar. This picture as well, look at no one would ever think that this picture would have anything to do with this picture, but in fact, this triangle here, very strong triangle here, is echoed in this triangle over here, and a lot of the energy from both of the images are withheld within these triangles. Understanding this deeply is the key to posing people as well. What's the shape here? The most obvious shape? Again, a triangle. So here we have the same fundamental triangle. We've just added some extra pieces around the sides. We have the same fundamental triangle. Okay, that is underlying geometric structure. Let's just go through now. We have in our workbooks, you'll see we have numbered, we have images numbered and then diagrams lettered. Yeah? Okay, so let's look. Image number 1, yeah, this little boy. Which of the letters would you think this relates to?
H.
H, exactly. Okay, image number 2.
J.
J, exactly, very good. Image number 3.
D.
D, very good. Yeah, image number 4. F, good. Number 5, we looked at already. What does number 5 look like?
G.
G, very good. And now you can see from that diagram clearly how that really does look like a sunset, yeah? Number 6
C.
goes with C. 7, easy. I. 8
E.
goes with E, very good. Number 9
A.
goes with A, great. And number 10
B.
goes with B, good. So this is a skill that we're going to need to hone over the months, over the years, of being able to see through, so to speak, the outer trappings of the image and to kind of penetrate into just the underlying geometric structure, which once again is just the lines and the shapes, the most fundamental level of the image. On top of that, we're going to start throwing all of this other stuff that we're going to talk about now. Class 1, Chapter 1, Composition. Composition, we discussed, is the underlying geometric structure, which means the lines and the shapes, so to speak, encoded within the image. You have the clothing of the image, so to speak, the outer trappings of the image, a house, a person, a car, whatever it is the elements are. We have to pierce through all of the stuff and we have to see the underlying geometric structure, which are the lines and the shapes that underlie these elements. That is the most fundamental level of beauty in the image. That's the base on which the beauty of the image is going to be built using all the other elements.